If you've lost power, this is what you should check. Find your main harness, look for your green, blue, and your red. These are all in pairs because there's an additional trim switch on the front of the board or the front of the boat. So you can kind of disregard that purple wire, one of these blue striped wires, as well as one of the green. You'll follow your switch. You'll probably have an original harness. My boat did not. So I found these, which were all frayed and causing a short, which was blowing a fuse. I put these spades on there just so I can connect and disconnect in case the switch is actually bad. I'll do the same thing with the replacement. Still didn't get any power, although I regained the power to my front and rear switch. Still nothing at the console here. So I took apart the switch panel, and not only did they splice in right here, and that's exactly how it looked when I found it, which very well may work, but it also may not work. I took apart the handle and found a hanging power wire, and of course they spliced in here as well, and here. So if it's not your boat or it's a used boat, don't just assume that the switch is bad. This part's not very cheap or easy to find, but it very well may be something simple that you can fix, like this. Clearly there's no power. I'm assuming when I hook that all back up and repair some of these scarred wires, that we'll be able to get power again. I'll plug these three right back into the harness. It'll just feed off of the main line in from the motor and the front additional trim switch. And if it fails me or it doesn't work, I'll just have to get a new one. Stay tuned. So after cutting some of the sheathing away, found that it was clearly being smashed in between something and was literally worn until it snapped apart. Also looks like it might have shorted out at some point and melted the plastic. So I'm gonna cut all this away and heat shrink, water seal it with some connectors, and hopefully that'll give me some power and we'll have a working trim switch. And just like that, she's back in action. So now it's time to plug it in, test it, see if it works. Put a new connector on it, heat shrinked it, and let's see what goes on when we plug it in. All right, plugged in. Nothing bare touching anything. Moment of truth. All new fittings. If I need to, I can cut this heat shrink and disconnect it, replace the switch if it ever fails. Electric tape the whole line. I ran new conduit and everything for these bundles. These will go up to the dash. I gotta pull them through the console still, but this is for the rear lights. Live well and bilge. I got some insulated 10 gauge for the fuse block today. Can't even really see the wires, but they're there. Heat shrink, zip tied. Put some liquid tape on them. The battery all dialed in. That shit is gonna be another day. So yeah, I guess moral of this is don't order your parts until you've checked everything that could possibly be wrong. Pretty sure this part's like $70 if you can get a hold of it, and all I needed was a 50-cent butt connector and some heat tape and a little bit of patience to diagnose where exactly the issue was. But switch is good, and now we have trim at the console.